Hi, my name's Lucie Fitzpatrick, and I'm the curator and project manager of the Doll's House Art Gallery. The gallery is currently in Macclesfield, having started its life in Levenshulme in Manchester. A quick background about the gallery is that it was started during lockdown from in the pandemic in 2020, and the aim was just to kind of brighten people's day a little bit, give them something to visit on their hour-long walk every day, give artists something to submit to, something to get involved with, to make them feel better when people were feeling a bit low during the pandemic. So, it kind of always been something I wanted to do. And I had a doll's house even waiting, and then it just took something like that to really think, actually, I really want to do this for my own mental health. Mental health is really important to me, and I wanted to do it but for myself and others, basically something that wasn't just being on a computer, because my work is very computer based, something in the physical world to do with art, that was just something nice for everyone. So when we moved to Macclesfield, I got £100 microfund from Macclesfield Town Council to renovate it a little bit, get new flooring, paint it, get some panels and install a silk museum. So at the moment, the gallery actually has a silk museum on the top floor of the gallery. So it's an art gallery on the bottom 3 floors or stories, and then on the top floor is a little tiny silk museum, and it's all in 1/12 scale, like probably standard doll's houses are generally 1/12 scale. A Barbie and things like that, they are in 1/6 scale, so that gives you an idea about size and stuff. So yeah, we've moved to Macclesfield, and since then I've decided that I want a mix of exhibitions. Really, I want them to help other people, so that's really important to me. If it's an artist, then to help them to fulfill their aims. So for some artists, aims might be to make sales through an online shop, or promote their market dates if they're selling at, say, the treacle market. Their workshops, for example, like at the School of Art, they do a lot of workshops, they might want to promote them. So it's really a good way to promote your art. It almost looks like a real gallery. Hopefully you can see this picture on the recording behind me. It's actually quite realistic. So artists can take close-up photos and it looks like a real gallery. So that's good for their portfolio. They can get, it's just another way for people to go and visit their art. When you stand up close to it, you can really get immersed in the room, and it kind of feels like you're there. So that's kind of a good way to show people your art. So I decided I wanted to do a mixture of solo exhibitions, so just one artist or a collective of artists, a professional artist who has a practice usually, or a group working together, like Macclesfield Community Art Space in Macclesfield. They wanted to do something that promoted their work and get people up to their space on Heapy Street. So they did a little group exhibition for their charity, but then also something called an open call, which means that you put out through as many means as possible, usually social media, a call for art, asking for artists to submit artwork. So here behind me, this was an open call. This was the very first exhibition, an open call to which artists sent their artwork in. So that's usually a mix of different artists all exhibiting together. We've also done, over lockdown, we did a bookmaking project, telling your lockdown story in a little book. That was through a course as well on Zoom. We also did another call out with a charity called ARC in Stockport, and they kind of facilitated that. So we worked together with different people. Yeah, so I think that's it for the exhibition types, but there's been quite a few. We've done about 3 open calls, 3 or 4. We had a miniature sculpture park. We've had about 3 solo exhibitions, and there's another one coming up in October 2023. At half term and around Halloween, there'll be a new exhibition that you can see at 130 Park Lane, so you can have a good look at what it really looks like. in the summer it was in Grosvenor Centre, so you might have seen it there. That was another open call. That was part of Barnaby Festival, so that was a good way to get the gallery out there. So we've done loads of different things that are all really fun and with little tiny arts, which is just the most fun that you can have with art, really. The artists and professionals who work with us, at the moment, we really wanted them to be Macclesfield based because we're really interested in our own community and providing an opportunity for artists to promote their own work, workshops, market dates, like I said before. So that's really important to us. We've also had people who really love miniatures and really wanted to do an exhibition in the space exhibit, like John Turner last year, almost a year ago. He exhibited lots of illustrative pen work, all in black and white, very spooky, lots of it very funny. Have a look at it on the website. He was from Manchester, but he loves miniatures and really wants to get involved. But generally, we're interested in the Macclesfield community. And for people who are emerging artists, so starting out, and artists who want to promote something. We don't want it to be too much work for people because we don't pay artists to have an exhibition, and really if we were a big gallery, then we would want to pay artists, but we do pay for their materials and we do the promotion for them and stuff. So we hope that there's a benefit there for them. We're not doing it to make loads of money and stuff like that. It's not a profit making thing, but it's just a bit of fun, and children often really love it because they still really love toys, or I love borrowers and things like that. So yeah, Sylvanian families. So yeah, we work with different visual artists mainly, but we've had a screen in the gallery before showing video, projections. There's painters, you can see behind me here, ceramicists, painting, sculpture, craft, collage, digital art. So there's loads of different types that people have submitted before, and recently we've started to get more interested in bringing the art outside of the window. So generally the Doll's House Art Gallery is just behind a window because that's safe and it's accessible. Particularly in a house, people can see it from the street. They don't need any accessibility issues. They don't need to, be able to get into a building. They can see it usually day or night. Some of the exhibitions, including John Turner's, had light involved, so it could be seen after dark. At this time of year, that looks great and it's very interesting, particularly at Christmas and stuff like that. I've done my own exhibitions within the Doll's House that are Christmas installations with artwork on the walls and then a very Christmassy looking house around it, and that all involves light and stuff like that. The Home Alone exhibition from last year, it had Home Alone, the movie, like clues within the house so that people could try and work out what the movie was. So that made it much more interesting, I think, something to kind of like do and engage with. So that helps with engagement, really getting people involved in it, not just standing and viewing art, but being part of it. So we did that. We also included QR codes on the window so that you can scan it and have spooky music play alongside. So that was really interesting. And we've had music accompany other ones and artist statements and things. So that's a really good way to bring music and sound into it as well. Some of the artists have had videos as well. You can play video from a QR code. So that's really interesting. What we haven't had so much is anybody design the space sort of from top to bottom, kind of like an interior designer or like a new way of using the space. John made it into a like a house when it had clocks and things in it. So that was interesting. We've had no writers be involved as yet, so that would be really cool. No dancers or other types of art, but it could definitely be possible. There's so much could be possible. Hopefully people are inspired to do something really interesting with it, because it's just it's a micro gallery, but it's a bit different, isn't it? It's a bit unique, and people find that it's easier to connect with it if it's right there on the street. So yeah, I hope that helps you with your arts award. Yeah, any questions, you can pop them via email to me via your tutor, and yeah, there's lots to check out. Social media, the Dolls House Art Gallery.co.uk as well. There's loads of stuff on there. So yeah, good luck. Bye.